should set it up. Do they have enough right now? I don't know, the payload moving. Oh, they can't quite get it there again. It's so close, just 0.8 meters away. Haksal still getting the kills. The Mei goes down before the Ice Walk.
Over the years, few teams have garnered more support in Overwatch esports than Runaway. With their pink sweatshirts, personal feel, and flashy dominant play, they're an easy team to root for. But before they were back-to-back contenders champions or sending entire rosters into the Overwatch League, they were a tiny team formed as the dream of one man, Daehoon Runner Yoon. Runner was a popular streamer in Korea, and with the help of his wife and fellow popular streamer Hyuna Flowervin Lee, he founded Runaway in 2016. Runner scouted the players himself while also playing for the team itself in a support role. What started off as the little guy punching above their weight has now become the leading team in Korea. But just how did David become Goliath? Long before there was Overwatch League or Contenders, there was Apex, a premier Korean Overwatch tournament sponsored by OGN. Without a top-flight league, Apex was where all the top talent in the world gathered, and many of the stars we watch today in OWL started in Apex in 2016. Shortly after forming the team, Runaway fought through the offline qualifiers to reach the group stage of Apex Season 1. Even making it there for a team with no corporate support was an accomplishment, but their season would end in disappointment, finishing bottom of their group after defeats the behemoths LW Blue and Kangdu Panthera. But this was only the start of Runaway's story. Season 2 would be when all of Runner's work would truly pay off. A roster shakeup was needed, and Runner was the perfect man to lead it. Credited with scouting Faker, the most prominent League of Legends player, Runner has an eye for talent, and he found it, adding Stitch, Bumper, Coma, and Cox to the roster, joining Haksal and Kaiser to form the team many people recognize today. Once more, Runaway had to start from the bottom, this time brushing aside the competition of LW Red and MVP Space to qualify for Apex Season 2. Their season started with an easy 3-0 win against the whipping boys of the group Flash Lux, but it was the second game where they would really be tested. With Cox starting at Flex and Runner and Shine on support, Runaway fell 3-0 to Kangdu Panthera, even being full held on Numbani and Hanamura. Heading into their final group match, a must-win against Fnatic, Runaway went bold, moving Cox to Flex support and bringing in Bumper to play off-tank. This roster change proved to be a stroke of genius. Cox shone on Ana as Runaway's season exploded into life, taking the match 3-0 and securing their place in the second group stage. Despite being in a tough group with tournament favorites Lunatic High and season champions Envious, Runaway weren't phased. Defeating Kangdu Uncia in a surprise 3-1 win in their first game, Runaway faced the juggernaut Lunatic High in Game 2. With two of the highest rated Genji players in the tournament, Haksal and Who Are You, facing off against each other, the match did not disappoint. In a nail-biting match that went all the way to a Game 5, Runaway pulled off the biggest upset of the competition so far, defeating Lunatic High 3-2 to top the group. Riding a wave of newfound confidence, Runaway faced yet another one of the biggest teams in Korean Overwatch, LW Blue, whose roster included the likes of Flower, Sabiobi, and Meko, all now a part of Overwatch League's NYXL. After a back-and-forth match and the score tied at 2-2, the match headed into its final and deciding map, Eichenwald. After holding LW Blue just shy of third point, Runaway headed into the final stage of their attack phase knowing that completing the map would see them through to the grand finals. This culminated in arguably the most famous play in Overwatch history.
Going to get stalled out. Oh, a 5-man Earthshatter though. They're going to give the nano boost.
Kaiser!
He gets two. The Eye of the Kaiser. Can they get it the rest of the way though?
It's got a long way to go.
It's a team fight. It's a team wipe.
Yeah,
They got everyone.
Can they get it?
Oh my
Kaiser
gosh,
might have had one of the biggest
rolling.
plays in the tournament.
Kaiser's legendary shatter had broken LW Blue's defense for good, and Runaway was on to the finals. The little team that started as nothing more than a dream had done it, defying the odds to beat the favorites and reach the grand final of Apex Season 2. A band of little-known misfits had avenged their Season 1 loss and taken down a giant. While their tournament run would end in a heartbreaking 4-3 defeat to Lunatic High, their story would not. Runaway's miracle run would win them fans all around the world, and even though more heartbreak would follow in Apex Seasons 3 and 4, the team would continue to build on the success of this season. Changing rosters and Runner's military service were mere side notes along the way, as Runaway grew from their humble beginnings to winning back-to-back Contenders seasons and becoming the biggest team in Korean Overwatch. More family than team, Runaway continues to leave their mark on the competitive landscape. They are one of a kind and have cemented their place in Overwatch history. There is no team in Overwatch like Runaway, and there never will be.